All right, family, and welcome to another morning of Read Rich and Righteous. We're reading Rich and Righteous, Spiritual Secrets and Master Money Manifestation in Your Mind. I'm so happy to have you here since November 15th, weekday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have something special happening on Wednesday. And so this has been just a beautiful, beautiful journey. If this is your first time joining us, we come here to attune our mindset to a mindset of abundance before we pour into ourselves, before we step out into the world. We know that the collective consciousness is continuing to talk about recession and scarcity. And poverty consciousness, and we don't buy into that in terms of our personal economy. It may be true for the collective, but it does not have to be true for us. And if we can actually collect enough people who have an abundance mindset, then we know that that will start to permeate and actually affect what the collective consciousness is thinking. And so we've been doing this since November 15th. It's been absolutely amazing. We've been reading about 4 to 8 pages every single day in Rich and Righteous, the book that was divinely downloaded to me and through me at the beginning of COVID, when I knew that the world was going to slip into a poverty consciousness. Had it not been for the government pouring in and multiplying this money, right, and printing this money, this paper, this cotton, we would have went into a very deep space of scarcity. And so this was divinely downloaded to me and through me. I wrote it then. I quit my job January 9th, 2009 at the bottom of the last. And I got a nudge in November. Spirit said, read your book out loud. And I was like, what? And just out of obedience, I did. And here we are. We created an amazing community here, not only here on the live, but also in our Facebook group of people who are hungry for this kind of content and this consciousness, who are righteous but are working on becoming rich. And we need the righteous to be rich, and that's how we're going to bring heaven on earth, heaven being the greatest good we can see for ourselves and others, and in our mind, and earth being our material experience of life. So heaven is our mental experience of life, earth is our material experience of life, and we're meant to bring on earth as it is in heaven. So we're meant to have that here and now, not after we die. Okay. And so we only have 2 sections left. And so here's how this week is going to unfold. This week, we're going to read this section. Then we have a very short chapter at the end of the book. Then I have a conclusion. So we'll read that tomorrow. And on Wednesday, we're going to do a special Zoom. And the reason I want to shift over to Zoom on Wednesday is because I want to be able to bring you all on camera. So for those of you who want to share your journey reading this book, I want to be able to bring you on camera. So on Wednesday, we're a Zoom. Okay, we're going to do a Zoom. I can't bring you up on stage on YouTube. I could do that on Instagram, but we're going to do a special Zoom on Wednesday, so I can bring you up on stage and you can share your experience reading the book. And we'll just be there for about 45 minutes, and I'll be able to bring maybe 10 of you up and just to share your experience. So if you really have a story to tell in terms of the transformation that has occurred inside of you and any outward manifestations, please be ready to come on camera on Wednesday and to share your story. If you can't be there on Wednesday, or your mornings don't work for you in terms of how your appearance, you just waking up, especially you West Coasters, here's what I invite you to do. I invite you to just get your camera phone and just record your testimonial and post it in the Facebook group. Okay. If you can't be there on Wednesday, or you don't feel good about how you look in the morning, then please, you should feel good about who you are and how you look at all times. Right. But if you can't be there, the alternative way to share your story and the transformation that has occurred inside of you and outside of you is to just get your camera phone and record a video and post it in the Facebook group. This is all I really asked of you all, except for some likes and some shares when we're here live. If you would pour back into me and this message and this work and this community in that way, to share how this book has transformed your life, this reading of the book, that would be an absolute blessing. That would be worth more than money to me. And so if you are able to do that, please do that. Some people say I'm going in and out. It does say that my connection is unstable. My internet is showing 5 bars right now. Can you hear me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is YouTube working? All right, so we're gonna pray for the technology to work today. We've had some hiccups throughout this journey. I think next time we're going to use StreamYard. When we come back, yes, for those of you who are there, those of you who are just coming in, We are towards the end of the book, but we're going to take a 3-week pause, and then we're going to launch even bigger next time. Okay, we're going to launch even bigger next time. So what does that mean? We're going to probably start on March 27th, and right now we've been averaging about 600 people. The hope and the vision is for us to have 1,000, 2,000 people joining us here every morning starting in March 27th. Okay, so let's get into today's reading. Oh, for the Zoom. For the Zoom on Wednesday, you can go to rrbookclub.com, rrbookclub.com, and you can go register for that. For the Zoom on Wednesday, go to RR Book Club, Rich and Righteous Book Club. That's for the Zoom on Wednesday. Okay. Go to RR Book Club, RR Book Club, and that's just to get into the Zoom on Wednesday. So we will not be on YouTube on Wednesday. We will be on Zoom. Just posting this on Instagram real quick. All right, rrbookclub.com, and that's where you can join us on Wednesday. Okay, that will be the first of the month. Okay, that'll be the first of the month. rrbookclub.com. Thank you so much for sharing that. All right, cool, beautiful. So if you have not got the book, you can go to moneyandmanifestation.com. That is pinned at the top of YouTube or at the top of Instagram. You can go get the book at moneyandmanifestation.com. I really encourage you, if you're going to join us for the next reading and you don't have a physical copy of the book, please order them now so that you can have the physical copies by the time we start our next reading. We do print on demand, so it takes about, we don't hold inventory, so it takes about 14 days to get to you. So for those of you who have placed orders and haven't received yours yet, it takes about 14 days to get to you. Also, the rituals workbook comes separate. Okay, so when you order the book at moneyandmanifestation.com, you get 5 copies. You don't just get 1 copy, you get 5 copies. Okay, 1 is for you, 4 is for you to circulate and give to other people so that you elevate their consciousness as well. You don't want to just elevate your own consciousness and then still be surrounded by people in poverty consciousness. So you have to surround yourself with other people who also want to elevate. So this is why I give you 5 copies of the book. You also get the rituals workbook, right, which is all the exercises and rituals at the end of each chapter that you see in the black boxes. And you also get the audio book. All right. So we're about to get started. Yes, please like and share this video. Please like and share this video on Instagram and on YouTube. Please like and share this video on Instagram and YouTube so we can crack these algorithms. And yes, books deliver worldwide. It's through Kindle Direct. So Amazon, if Amazon delivers to you, then the books can get delivered to you. All right. So today we are on page 391. We are at the tail end, family. We're on page 391. Okay. So again, we're going to read this section today. Then tomorrow we're going to read the last section and the conclusion. And then on Wednesday, we're going to do a special Zoom at rrbookclub.com, rrbookclub.com, a special Zoom where people will be able to share what they've learned, the greatest breakthroughs and takeaways they got from reading Rich and Righteous together. All right. Cool. You don't have to miss us. We're just going to be gone for 3 weeks, so that we can actually do some marketing to get to build the community. All right. We'll just be gone for 3 weeks. All right. And then you also have, you also have the replays available on YouTube. So if you missed any, you can go back and watch the replays on YouTube. All right. Cool. So we are on page 391, and today we are reading Pay Bills Like a Billionaire. Pay bills like a billionaire. All right. The scripture for the day. One person gives freely, yet gains even more. Another person withholds unduly, but comes to poverty. Proverbs 11:24. One of the most negatively charged words in the English language is the word bills. Bills. When you think of the word bills, it is just always negatively charged. There are very few people who are excited about paying bills, right? So one of the most negatively charged words in the English language is the word bills. Many people hate bills and worry about them constantly. I find the resentment towards bills odd, especially recurring ones, given that most bills are attached to a product or service we received and benefited from. Did you hear that? I find the resentment towards bills odd, especially recurring ones, given that most bills are attached to a product or service we received and benefited from. How can you love using the product or service and hate the bill? How can you love using the product or service and hate the bill that comes with it? If the value you're receiving is not greater than the price you're paying, why are you still paying? Oh, yeah, I'm coming at your neck this morning. Why are you still paying? If you no longer subscribe to that magazine or that website, then get rid of the bill. But don't love the service and then complain about the bill at the same time. You're stealing your own joy in that moment. If you love watching cable every day, but worry about the cable bill every day, the negative feeling about the cable bill cancels out the positive benefit you get from using it. The bad cancels out the good. The bad cancels out the good. Think about it. What is the point of looking at the restaurant bill after you've eaten the food and drank the drink? What's the point? What is the point of looking at the restaurant bill after you've eaten the good food and drank the drink? What's the point of looking at it? Besides seeing if they got your order wrong or they added something to the bill because you changed your order or something like that. Beyond that, what is the point of looking at the bill? You've already eaten the food. You've already drank the drink. What's the point? What does seeing the number do for you? What does seeing the number do for you? Regardless of the number, you are going to pay it. When I'm at a restaurant, and whether it's just me, whether it's me and somebody else, whether it's me in a group, I don't even look at the bill. I just hand them my card. I just hand them my card. The bill is irrelevant. We've already eaten the food and drank the drink, and we enjoyed ourselves. It was a merry time. So what is the point of me looking at the bill to see how high it was? I enjoyed myself, and I know that I have the money in my account to pay for it. So why disrupt the joy of the experience you just had over the past hour with thoughts of how high the bill was? The only reason to check the check is to make sure you weren't charged for anything you didn't order. Otherwise, you can simply hand the card to the waiter without even looking at the total. That's how a billionaire would pay a bill at a restaurant. It's not because they have more money than you. It's because of the mindset. Are y'all hearing me? Consider how a billionaire pays bills. They don't worry about bills whatsoever. You realize that the first four letters of the word billionaire are bills, right? Billionaires have more bills than anyone else. So you're trying to avoid bills, but billionaires have the most bills. Uh-oh. You're trying to avoid circulating money, whereas billionaires happily and joyfully circulate money. This is why they're billionaires and why many of us are not. Probably all of us here are not. Oh, y'all didn't hear me though. Y'all didn't hear me. Billionaires have more bills than anyone else. Right? You trying to avoid bills, billionaires have the most bills. Did y'all catch that? They circulate more money than you do. That's what makes them a billionaire. It's a mindset, family. Billionaires know they have been prudent about the expenses. Billionaires know they have been prudent about the expenses needed to grow their business and the expenses to live their life. But beyond that, they just pay their bills without thinking twice. Thinking twice is wasted thought energy. Thinking twice is wasted thought energy. As long as their overhead, their monthly expenses aren't over their head, as long as their overhead, which is their monthly expenses, aren't over their head, meaning that their expenses are more than their revenues, they know they will be okay. Instead of focusing their energy on their bills, they focus their energy on building something of value to others, a product or service, and themselves. The best way to pay your bills is to build something that pays your bills. Oh my goodness. I wrote that. I told you this was a divine download. I'm going to repeat that. Instead of focusing their energy on their bills, they focus their energy on building something of value to others, a product or service, and themselves. The best way to pay your bills is to build something that pays your bills. The best way to pay your bills is to build something that pays your bills. That's some of y'all missed that. The best way to pay your bills is to build something that pays your bills. You can get into the vibration of paying bills like billionaires no matter how much money you have. Okay? Even if you are on welfare and receiving government assistance, don't look down on yourself. Look up and thank God. Feel how good it feels to have money you didn't work for coming into your bank account like clockwork, even if it's temporary government aid. Of course, receiving without giving as a long-term strategy violates universal law. But you can use the temporary outside assistance to stimulate your personal economy. Think of it like using a car jump to get a stalled car's engine going again, or a defibrillator to get a flatline heart beating again. In rare cases, when we are completely down and out and stalled, we may need something outside of us to stimulate us. So when you were getting the stimulus checks from the government during COVID, for many of you, that was your first feeling of passive income. You didn't work for it, right? You didn't trade time for it. It just came. But do you know, now you know what that feels like. That check felt good when it hit your mailbox or it hit your account. It felt good. But do you know that you can tap into that frequency and have that experience over and over and over and over again if you just buy and build assets? If you buy and build assets, you can have that experience. You don't have to wait for a government stimulus check or the lottery for that. You can recreate that experience. The real issue is not the bill if you enjoy the product or service. That's why we buy things, because the perceived value of having it is greater than the price that we have to pay for it. If you didn't believe it was worth it, you would not have paid for it. If you are unhappy with the purchase after the fact, it means that you overestimated and your perception of the value was off. Besides the company misleading you in their marketing or whatever purchase or whatever you purchased not working, the decision to purchase was your decision. Own that. Own that I made a poor value judgment and that your poor judgment is likely what is keeping you in poverty. Not Sally Mae, not Uncle Sam, not the landlord, not the cable company, not the credit card company, not the grocer, and not the cell phone company. That's not what's keeping you in poverty. It is your own poor value judgment. I'm about to buy this thing over. I'm about to buy this book for $100. It's going to cost me $100 in this paper currency. Will this book give me more than $100 of value? I'm about to go buy this dinner or this piece of clothing for $100. Will this piece of clothing give me more than $100 of value in my life? That is our responsibility to judge value. This is what good stewardship looks like. Own that I have not helped enough people to get what they want in order to have what I want. That's what you need to own. Own the fact that I have not helped enough people get what they want in order to have what I want. When we avoid emotional spending and realize that everything costs time, as we discussed in commandment number 1, we avoid making financial decisions that aren't worth our time. We all have bills in our lives and should be grateful that we can pay them. I want you to think of your bills as employees that work for you day in and day out. Bill Sell set up listen to this. Bill Sell set up a costly national network of 5G towers so that you could talk to people you love and connect to the internet whenever you want. He only requests that you pay a fraction of his cost to do so, since he fronted the money and took all the risk. Without cell phones and the internet, your alternative would be writing and mailing letters and listening to the radio or playing bingo as your primary form of entertainment. We should celebrate Bill Sell for his long-term vision and commitment to helping us all stay connected. Everybody say, thank you, Bill Sell, capital B, capital C. We're going to name the bill. Thank you, Bill Sell. I'm happy to pay my cell phone bill. I didn't have to go set up a whole 5G network across the entire country to make sure that there was a tower by my mom's house, make sure there was a tower by my kid's house, make sure there was a tower by my best friend's house so that I could reach them via this phone. Thank you, Bill Cell, for taking all that risk and doing that and only charging me a fraction of that. Thank you, Bill Cell. Because otherwise, I would have to be writing letters or putting a quarter into a payphone in order to talk to them. Thank you, Bill Cell. I appreciate you. Bill Holmes took out a huge loan from the bank to build the home you are in because he believed that this would be a nice place for someone to live one day. He bought the land with his hard-earned money and then got a loan to do the construction collateralized by his own primary residence. Okay, we're at the top of page 394. Once the home you now live in was finished, he had to start paying back the bank, plus pay insurance, plus pay property taxes, plus handle anything you need to be fixed. So he charges you rent in exchange for providing you with a quality, affordable housing. Your alternative is you living back at home or sleeping in a tent outside. We should celebrate Bill Holmes for caring enough to not only provide housing for his own family, but seeking to do so for other families like yours too, who may not be in a position to buy their own homes yet. Thank you, Bill Holmes. Everybody type, thank you, Bill Holmes. Oh, my rent's too high. I hate paying rent. Okay, what's your alternative? Thank you, Bill Holmes. I'm not in a position to own a home yet because of my credit, because of my savings, because of my income. And you know, I got ways around that for you. Just go to rentfree.com. Go to rentfree.com if you're tired of paying rent. I got a solution to that. But in the meantime, thank you, Bill Holmes, because you're providing me with housing. You're not just thinking about your own family having a roof over their head. You're thinking about other families. I provide housing for over 70 people who are not in position to provide housing for themselves at this moment. Do I want them to be my tenants forever? No. I would love the day that one of my tenants actually becomes a multifamily homeowner. I would love that day. Okay? But in the meantime, I am providing quality, affordable housing for other families beyond my own. Thank you, Bill Holmes. Oh, let's not forget Bill Farmer and Bill Butcher. Thank you. Think about your favorite meal. Let's say it is a turkey burger and fries and a fresh squeezed lemonade from a local restaurant. You may perceive it as just a $12 meal deal and get a little mad when they increase the price to $14. They went up. They went up. They're raising their prices. Inflation is up. But think about all the ingredients, people, and money that went into you being able to order your favorite meal on demand whenever you want it. Do you have any turkeys in your backyard right now? How about wheat for the bread or the peppercorns or salt or lettuce or onions or potatoes or lemons? Do you have any of those things in your backyard right now? Are you growing any tomatoes for the ketchup or eggs for the mayonnaise or olives for the olive oil? In fact, when was the last time you've grown any food yourself? Some of you don't want to get your fingers dirty, your nails dirty. Even if you were growing all of those raw ingredients yourself, how long would it take you to grow them and make them usable to create your favorite meal yourself? You see how valuable that $12 meal is? All these other people taking risks, the trucking companies, the growers, the farmers, right? The restaurant owners, the sous chefs, the chef, the waiter, the rent that the restaurant owner has to pay, the branding that they did, sales tax, all that stuff went into you having a $12 meal. All I had to pay was $12 to have all these ingredients come to this one location and be made into my favorite meal. That's all I had to pay. Thank you, Bill Farmer. Everybody type, thank you, Bill Farmer. Thank you, Bill Butcher, for those of you who eat meat. Thank you, Bill Butcher. Thank you, Bill Farmer. Some of y'all been ungrateful, getting mad over a $2 increase. You can't make your own favorite meal on your own, so what are you mad at? That meal should probably cost $50. In all honesty, that meal should probably cost $50 when you take into account all the energy that went into you having your favorite meal on demand. But you get it for $12. And then let's consider all the people that went into getting you your favorite turkey burger. Let's start from the waiter and work our way back to the day laborers and, of course, God. First, there is the waiter, then the cashier, then the cooks, then the sous chefs, then the entrepreneur, then the delivery folks for each ingredient. Okay, not just one delivery truck, delivery folks for each ingredient. Then the owner of the farm, then the day laborers picking the vegetables and plucking the turkeys on your behalf. Then let's consider that all of these people have families to feed and the risk the entrepreneurs who own the restaurant, delivery companies, and the farmers took to start their businesses just so that you could have your favorite turkey burger. Finally, let's not forget God for photosynthesis so the plants could grow and for orchestrating all of life from the turkeys down to your taste buds. Imagine what it would have cost you in time and money to create that meal from scratch yourself. Your favorite turkey burger should probably cost $40 or more, but instead you can have it whenever you want for $14 thanks to everyone and everything that is part of the food chain. If all these restaurants shut down, you would starve to death. If all these restaurants and grocery stores shut down, most of you would starve. It's not until something is gone that you realize how valuable it actually is. And you get mad because they increase prices by $1 or $2. Everyone likes a discount. But if the restaurant owner, listen to this, everyone likes a discount. But if the restaurant owner undercharged you and every customer who loved the same turkey burger, you might be happy you saved $2 in the short run. But when they go out of business in the long run because the price wasn't right, meaning that what they were charging couldn't fully support their business, then what? You saved $2 here and there, but now you are no longer able to have your favorite turkey burger ever again. When you channel this stored energy called money into individuals and businesses you believe in, especially local businesses that you frequent, it sustains them and the world you wish to see. We have so much to be grateful for that we tend to take it for granted. We must celebrate every God-grown ingredient in that turkey burger and all the people that made it possible. And we must celebrate that you have enough to pay for whatever it is you just bought. The fact that you can pay all your bills is a blessing. The fact that you can pay all your bills is a blessing in and of itself. Even if many of your bills go towards liabilities or expenses as opposed to assets and income, your payment demonstrates your abundance and that all your needs are met. Does getting angry at your undergraduate institution or Sally Mae move you towards the vibration of scarcity or abundance? Let me know. Does getting angry at your undergraduate institution or Sally Mae for your student debt move you towards a vibration of scarcity or abundance? You mad at student loans? Why are you mad at student loans? You signed the paperwork. You went to the school. You was the one hanging around campus skipping class. Why are you mad at them for you skipping class? Why are you mad at Sally Mae for you skipping class? For you not taking full advantage of that 4 years of opportunity? Okay. Does cursing your landlord move you towards scarcity or abundance? Does cursing your landlord move you towards scarcity or abundance? Does hating Uncle Sam and taxes move you towards scarcity or abundance? You are contributing to the collective economy by circulating money you control at the moment. Anything that is no longer circulating and has no currency is dead. Your dead presidents are alive and representing you and your choices. Circulation in your body and of your money means that you are still alive and able to contribute to life. Circulating money means that you, not the United States president, are creating and sustaining jobs. I'm going to repeat that. Circulating money means that you, not the United States president, are creating and sustaining jobs. You are rewarding companies that provide you with the product to show your appreciation. Be a good steward of money, not a Scrooge, and circulate it freely and with joy. Bottom of page 396. Pricing this book at $100 seemed absurd to some people. Yes, this book right here. Pricing, this is why it says $100, because it really costs $100. Pricing this book at $100 seemed absurd to some people. Now that you are 98% done, ask yourself, will this book result in more than $100 in my life soon? Yes or no? Will this book result in more than $100 in my life soon? Yes or no? Or perhaps it already has. Pause and answer that question in your mind with a yes or no. I want this book to be so valuable to you that it goes in your safe instead of on your bookshelf. When you consider that I've taken over a decade worth of wisdom regarding money, manifestation, and the mind, and invested about a year of my life without pay to sit in front of a computer to capture that wealth of wisdom in a concise way for you to be able to easily read and apply it, that is beyond some $15 book at Barnes and Noble. This is why I couldn't price it at $15, family. These 400 pages are worth more than $400. As Jay-Z said, y'all think it's bougie. I'm like, it's fine, but I'm trying to give you $1 million worth of game for $9.99. My remix is that the investment was just above $99.99. In exchange for $100, I'm giving you wealth consciousness. I think that's a pretty fair trade. The wealth of wisdom on paper in this book is worth more to you and your financial future than a paper $100 bill in your hand. This book can save you from poverty consciousness, whereas your savings account cannot. I say this to say, honor the creators who are shaping your world when you are on the consumer side of the equation. When you start to value the creators of this world, you happily pay all of your bills like billionaires. And you also begin to activate the creator in you because you now know that whatever you're meant to create will be valued too. Thank you, Bill Sell. Thank you, Bill Home. Thank you, Bill Farmer. Thank you, Bill Butcher. Thank you, Bill Carr. Thank you, Bill Insurance. Thank you, Bill Childcare. Thank you, Bill Private School. Thank you, Bill Doctor. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't enjoy a product or service and then get mad at the bill that comes along with it because you cancel out your enjoyment. Okay? You cancel out your enjoyment. Pay that bill with joy that you didn't have to go grow all those ingredients yourself. Pay that bill with joy that you didn't have to ride your bike because somebody took the risk of building an entire plant to make cars. Pay that bill with joy. Even if you went over on your minutes plan, pay it with joy because you didn't have to go set up cell phone towers all over the country to be able to talk to the people that you love. Pay it with joy. The word bill should not be negatively charged because it is connected and it is supporting the things that you actually value based on your actions. I don't care what you say with your words. With your actions, you actually value those things. Otherwise, you would not be paying for them. Okay? So, like and share this video. We got about 350 people on YouTube. We got about 200 likes. So please like and share this video. On Instagram, same thing. This is how we crack the algorithms and break the codes. Listen, we only have 2 more days, family, of Read Rich and Righteous, or this round of Read Rich and Righteous. All right. Again, we are going to take a 3-week pause. Okay. We have tomorrow and Wednesday. Tomorrow, we're reading the last section, which is Pick Your Guiltless Pleasure. And we're going to read the conclusion. And then on Wednesday, we're going to have a special session on Zoom so that I can bring you all up on video where you can share your testimony. You can pour into me and you can share what this book has done for you. If you don't feel good about how you look in the morning, then what I invite all of you to do is in the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/rich and righteous, you can post a video of your own testimony of what this experience of reading Rich and Righteous has done for you. Right. And if you're not in the Facebook group, just post it on Instagram and tag me and I'll find it that way. Okay. So we have 2 more days left. We're going to do Pick Your Guiltless Pleasure tomorrow in the conclusion. And then on Wednesday, we're having a special session on Zoom. That special session will be at rrbookclub.com. That's rrbookclub.com. Okay, rrbookclub.com. That will be the special Zoom session on Wednesday. I'm going to put that in chat. That's rrbookclub.com. Okay, that will take you to the Zoom room for Wednesday. Okay, we're still here on YouTube and Instagram tomorrow, but on Wednesday we'll be at rrbookclub.com, and that will be the Zoom session where people are able to get on camera and share their testimony of their experience reading this book, what Reading Rich and Righteous has done for them in their lives internally, their relationship to money, and how it's actually manifesting for them externally. All right. Then after that, we're going to take a 3-week pause. 3-week pause. I encourage you to go to YouTube, look for the playlist called Read Rich and Righteous, and watch any chapter that you missed. Okay. Fill up those 3 weeks, which is 15 days, 15 weekdays with those chapters. And then we're going to start again, likely on March 27th or the following week. We're going to start again on March 27th or the following week. Now that we've made it through, we didn't skip a day. We didn't miss not one day, family, since November 15th. I encourage you to order the book now. If you do not have a physical copy of the book, I encourage you to order it now so that it arrives to you before we start reading again, so that you can actually have the book. You can see charts like this that you just can't hear. You can see charts like this, and you can take notes in your book rather than just listen. All right. So I encourage you to order the book right now at moneyandmanifestation.com. Again, that's moneyandmanifestation.com. That's where you order the book. If you go to amazon.com, it costs you $100 for one book. But if you go to moneyandmanifestation.com, you get 5 copies of the book for $100. Plus, you get the rituals workbook, right, which are all the exercises at the end of each chapter. And you get the audio book. Okay. So is everybody clear? Tomorrow, pick your guiltless pleasure and the conclusion. Okay. So tomorrow is normal on YouTube and Instagram. And then on Wednesday, we're going to be at rrbookclub.com. Okay. And that's going to be a Zoom where people are able to pour into me, right, and share what this book has done for them in their life. And then we're going to take a 3-week pause, likely until March 27th, right, till March 27th. And then we're going to start reading it all over again, right? How do you reprogram the subconscious mind? Through repetition. I get new insights as I read the book that I wrote, or that was written through me. Every time I read it, I've read it almost 10 times now, and I get new takeaways every time I read it. So we're going to keep going through it over and over and over again, because it's one thing to believe. It's another thing to know. When you've actually experienced the results of this financial spirituality, this financial philosophy, that's when you know. Some of you still in the state of believing, that you get to a space of knowing that these unseen universal laws are true, so that you can know how to use them for not only your good, but also for the good of others. Okay. So again, that's moneyandmanifestation.com to get 5 copies. We'll get them to you before the next reading if you order this week. And yeah, love y'all. I will see you tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube or Instagram. And yes, the Facebook group is facebook.com/groups/rich and righteous. Who is willing to do a video testimony from their phone, or to jump on Zoom and share their story on Wednesday? Who is willing to do a video testimonial that they upload to the Facebook group, or just to Instagram, or jump on Zoom on Wednesday? Who will be willing to do that? Okay, I see Michelle Moore Felix. Who is willing to do a testimony? Who is willing to share their journey? Soaring Butterfly. Okay, thank you. Trisha Dotson. Dr. Renita Ellis. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so again, couple options. You can do it on, you can do it yourself when you got good lighting, when your hair is did, whatever you decide to do. Okay. Or you can jump on Zoom on Wednesday, and I'll bring you up on stage when you raise your hand. All right. So I'll see you all tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can go get the book at moneyandmanifestation.com to make sure that it is there for you. When we start the next reading at the end of March or beginning of April. All right. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. I see you all. All right. I'm just taking screenshots of folks who said yes. All right. Thank you. And if I don't get to you on Wednesday at Zoom, you can still just do the testimonial from your handheld camera. Okay. All right, family. Much love. See you tomorrow, 8:30. Peace.